What's up, everyone? I am out in Delray today with your field deputy, Matt Heldon. We are out at 5000 Beethoven, and Delray neighbors certainly know this as Bird Island. This is a piece of property that actually sits right in the middle of our waterway here on the creek. And for a long time, we have had persistent problems with encampments in this really critical piece of our infrastructure and sensitive habitat area as well. So Matt, tell us a little bit about the work that you have been doing to get this area safe and secure.
So Councilwoman, it was a bit of a process. So this area is privately owned, and being that it's privately owned, we needed to work with the private property owner in order to clean, clear, and secure the lot. And so what ended up happening was I worked with our homelessness team as well as LAPD to get in touch with the private property owner. He expressed a willingness to get the lot secured and wanted to work with the city to make sure that we had options for any folks who were living out here. And so on October the 29th, the private property owner came with a crew to clean and clear the lot. He also hired private security so that we were able to maintain this clarity moving forward. And I'm very happy to tell you, Councilwoman, 12 people accepted housing and went indoors, which is just wonderful. And I want to give a quick shout out to our Delray neighbors and friends, Don Dombrowski and Ron Babcock. We could not have done any of this without you. Thank you both so much.
So we are out on Delray Avenue right here at Beach, and we have this vacant lot here at the corner and an empty commercial building that fronts Washington that has been a persistent problem with an encampment that has been causing a lot of problems, a lot of calls to the fire department and the police department. So Matt, what are you doing with that information, and what efforts are underway to try to address this situation?
So it's really a twofold approach, Councilwoman, the shorter term and the longer term. So the shorter term, we have Care Plus operations at a minimum every other week here, sometimes every week when resources permit, but at a minimum every other week, which helps us to maintain at least a little bit of clarity. But going forward, we understand that alone is not going to secure the location. So we are pursuing the public safety findings to get a 4118 designation for this area right here that would allow us just another tool in our toolbox to make sure that we can keep this area clear and that we can return public safety to the folks who live and work here.
We have a lot of folks who do live and work here. This is a residential area. We have a lot of local businesses. We also have a lot of kids in this neighborhood as well. So hopefully some real relief on the way.
For sure.
So as you know, we have been doing a lot of work around homelessness here in Delray, certainly along the 90 freeway, our underpasses. Matt, you've been at the helm of all of that. And one of the areas where we have persistently had a problem is right here on the 90 freeway on the median. We are here today at Flora Grub, which, by the way, one of my favorite businesses on the west side, a locally owned nursery that sits right out here on the median, adjacent to an encampment that we estimate has about 75 people or so in it. And this median is Caltrans land. It is state owned. The city does not have a right of entry to address the encampment issue there. And yet it is our police department and our fire department that respond to all of the related calls. So Matt, I know that we have Caltrans coming in to do some brush clearance starting on Tuesday. Tell us a little bit more about it.
So Councilwoman, on Tuesday of next week, Caltrans is going to be bringing an operation that is going to call for a robust cleaning as well as brush clearance. They have advised our office it's likely to take several days given the massive assignment that is before them. What we are going to continue to push for is what we've been pushing for this entire time, which is, in addition to that, we need a long-term solution to secure the area so the problem doesn't continue to persist going forward. And I also want to give a shout out to Flora, the namesake of Flora Grub, who was nice enough to give us a tour of the facility today.
And this is an area that we have reached out to the governor's office about on a couple of occasions. We have a standing meeting every other week with Caltrans, and this has been a top line item of discussion. So we're very, very glad that Caltrans is coming in to do this brush clearance, but we really need a longer term, more comprehensive solution and partnership from the state to permanently secure this area. So here in Delray, this is an incredibly special community with Fiona Creek, which is a really important part of our watershed and our local infrastructure. And we've had a lot of really challenging problems here in Delray, and it has just been a pleasure working with the Neighborhood Council on so many initiatives to improve every corner of this community one step at a time. We're addressing the encampments. We've housed dozens of people who were previously living on the streets and sidewalks in Delray, and we are going to keep up this work every day.